Hello, hello. Welcome back. For everyone that's new, definitely welcome. Um, so today, the main topic we're going to be talking about is why you need to move out of the hood, man. That is the main subject of today. So as of right now, we do have a couple of announcements. Um, so for that free giveaway, we did have three winners. The way that I did it initially was going to be have my son or my daughter pick the names out of like a little bucket or something like that. It's just a bunch of names in there. Yeah, they kept grabbing too many names. So what I did is I ended up downloading the app. I think it's called what was it called? I think it was like Giveaway Picker, something like that. However, so the three winners would be first winner was KD Collector. I wish I had my soundboard working. I was just giving an applause on that. But you're winner number one. Congratulations, sir, or ma'am, whatever you are. I don't know. For winner number two would be KCJ. Congratulations. And number three would be drum roll, the Daily Thrifty. I think that's his or her name. Yeah, the Daily Thrifty, something like that. Guys, you have to remember, even if you didn't win this particular time, this is not the only time where it's going to be a giveaway. And for those people that won the first giveaway, they will not be re-entered in the next one. So what I will say for you guys that did win, once again, congratulations. Send me an email. I will try my best to put it in this description as well. And worst come to worst, I believe I did email some of you guys, so you should have the email for this particular channel. Anyway, moving on. Also, let's go back to that real quick. So with that one, you guys will have a choice. You have to email me and let me know. You will have 48 hours to reply, to get your actual gift. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Hold on. Where is it, man? There we go. Get a little ambience in here, man. So play a little bit of music while we just have this discussion. So anyway, yeah, for those of you guys that did win, go ahead and send me an email. What do you want? It is two options. So if you want like a combo setup as a fishing rod or anything like that, go right on ahead. Send me an email. Let me know. Or if you want the $100 gift card, that's perfectly fine too. Just let me know. Anyway, moving along. Another next announcement would be I'm just giving you guys a heads up. I tried to let you guys know in the last video. For some reason, I didn't post it in there. So for this one, I will definitely let it be known. So I'm trying to plan like a solo camping trip. I want it to be as cinematic as possible. I will need to get me a drone or something like that, so that way it'll be a little more, I guess, exciting. I might end up taking my wife or somebody with me, something like that. Either way it go, that's the entire plan. Like, I definitely want to get that video out to you guys probably by this fall. Um, yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I've been seeing a lot of videos of a lot of people doing some solo camping, and I just was like, why not? Why not try it on my own? You know what I mean? So for the most part, I am definitely trying to get that video out, or at least plan it, so that way it can go perfectly smooth. So when I go out there, I will not. I would with You guys hear me? Okay, hopefully. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, so yeah, when I do go out there and take this solo trip, I most definitely will take food because when it comes to fishing, it's always like a hit and miss, like if you're gonna catch anything or not. So I'm not about to starve myself for 3 days or however many days I choose to be out there. I'm not gonna starve myself. So if I don't catch anything, I'll just cook something, whatever the case. Um, but also, it's funny how as soon as I started planning this solo trip, it's all of a sudden like a lot of guys getting tore to shreds, man, by grizzly bears, black bears, things like that. Faces getting torn off. I actually seen that entire interview on another guy's podcast, but yeah, it did have me second guessing for a little bit of a minute, but for the most part, I'm still gonna do it because that's something I want to do. I will most likely have my kayak out there, things like that, and we're just gonna get some really nice shots, man, of everything, and just try to bring you guys along and have you emerged in that entire video. And it's just a peaceful video to record, you know what I mean? So that's the entire plan for that one. What else do we have? Um, oh, I do have a book coming out. It may not be this year. I'll just say 2026. It'll be coming out. So the book is mainly about child support, pretty much, like how to deal with that, how to handle the entire situation. There's multiple ways to look at it. However, I will not get in full detail about that on here because it's very valuable information. I did learn the information. It took me a lot of trial and error, but for the most part, it'll be pretty useful for most people, because I do understand how the child support system somewhat operates, but at the same time, I also realize that it's not fair to men for the most part. So definitely look out for that. I will definitely get to work on that and try to get that thing published by hopefully no later than fall of 2026. It should be everywhere by then. I may even have an audio version of it. So for those of us that drive trucks like myself on a daily basis, that'll give you something to listen to, something to learn. Try to edify yourself while you're driving, things like that. Um, what else do we have? Also, we do have the option if you guys wanted to call and talk and have like a quick little consultation or whatever the case may be. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. Did I put that phone number in here? Let me see. No, I didn't. So we're gonna do this live. Phone number would be. Oops. I'm doing it live. There we go. I ain't wanted to do that. Let's try this again. Let's have it scroll. Boom. There it is. So there's a phone number down there. I'm scrolling across the bottom down here. Oh, my bad. Down there. I forgot the camera's over here right now. But yeah. So what you can do, if I'm not gonna answer on the first call, first thing you're gonna have to do is leave a voicemail telling me that you are ready, and we will communicate. Once you leave that voicemail, leave your name, your phone number, and let me know that you're ready to have a consultation. And I'm willing to help, man. Like I'm willing to help. The hell is that? Lint ball? What the hell is this? Anyway, yeah, I'm most definitely willing to help when it comes down to this child support stuff, man. Like, I'm really, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm looking for right now. But at the end of the day, I really feel some type of way about dealing with this type of situation because I would say myself, I would say I'm a pretty good guy when it comes to dealing with that type of situation. But when you have evil people around you and they just want to see you fail, I'm here for those guys. You know what I mean? I always root for the underdog. And in this case, dealing with child support, men, hate to say some women too. But I'm mostly talking to the men right now. Men, we are the underdog when it comes to dealing with child support. Go find help, go seek counsel, and try to handle it the best that you can. However, moving right along. So if you did want to contribute to today's show, here it is down below. Cash App, $ all off trucking 01. If you see anything else that says Cash App, all off trucking 001, 1, whatever, 02, that is not me. However, we don't beg on this channel. I don't care about your money. You guys have to realize, man, one thing. I'm doing this YouTube stuff for fun. I never even seen myself as doing this, not right now. But I do a lot of things, man, music and all type of things. So I have to find some type of way to be creative since I can't really do my music right now. So one way that I find my way being creative, one way that I find myself being creative would be to jump on YouTube and express my ideas to you guys and try to help you guys at the same time. So anyway, down below, that Cash App down there, if that's how you want to contribute, I don't care what you contribute. If it's 0, even if you don't contribute, just leave a like, leave a comment, ask questions, whatever it is you want to know, and I will definitely respond back. However, I know a lot of people were saying that the giveaway could possibly be a scam or something like that. Listen, I have no reason to scam anyone. But I know you weren't talking about me. You were talking about someone in the comments duplicating profiles and things like that. I get that. But I want to make sure you guys can hear me nice and clear. Hold on. Okay. For you guys out there that subscribe to this channel, strictly for a giveaway, leave. Just leave. Simple as that. Just leave, man. Because you're not here for the content. I want people that's actually here for the content. Like I said before, I put a post up and I made it very clear. This is not a free giveaway channel. That is not our sole focus here on this channel. Our sole focus is to get our ideas out, express ourselves, be creative, and try to edify. That's it. That's all. And entertain. That's it. Nothing more than less. Anyway, I repeat, if you're not here for the content, cut, bro. Leave. It's that simple. Anyway, moving right along, right into the main topic. I need to get this soundboard together, man, because it definitely would help out right now with a lot of things. Anyway, why you should move out of the hood, man. This can definitely apply to multiple people, but I'm talking about this skin color right here. Right here. Why you should move out the hood, man. Let me tell you something. Sorry, guys. I got to leave one off so I can hear myself, make sure I'm not too loud through the house. However, I just don't understand why a lot of people feel like they need to stay where they grew up. I never understood it. Well, I can't say I never understood it. At one point in time, I had that same mindset, but that was when I was young, like 20, 18. Hell, I can even go up to like 23, 25. When I was around that age, that's how, that's probably how I was thinking too. But seeing now that I'm a tad bit older, I don't think nearly the same, man. And one thing I think we have an issue with, like coming up from the hood or whatever the case. I'm from California, y'all. Most of my family's from Chicago, but I grew up in California, East Oakland. One thing you have to realize when you're living in the hood that it's not safe by any means. A lot of people may feel like, oh, I've been here since I was a little kid. That doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter at all. It's plenty of examples of why you talk about the Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, especially the way they did my man's Dolph. Like they really deleted that man in a cookie store. This man probably holding a pack of butter cookies, and they got him out of here. I don't know if he was really holding butter cookies, but still, you get the point. This man wasn't trying to harm nobody. He was trying to enjoy a nice snack and probably take some back home to whoever he was going home to. But yet they feel like, okay, let's get him out the way while he's vulnerable. This is one of the main reasons you need to move out the hood. Once you make some money, I got a little story for you. This guy, one day I was at a gas station delivering fuel. And usually when I talk to people, hold on, sorry guys for the noise. Usually when I talk to people, when I'm like delivering gas or whatever I'm doing, I try my best not to give too much information as far as like the pay, whatever the case. So I always try to downplay the job for the most part, especially when I'm like in hood areas. Reason being is because they already look at truck drivers like we're rich, let alone I'm hauling fuel, which is one of the best commodities to possibly haul while in trucking. So they're already going to look at you like, okay, he got some money or she got some money, because there's girls that do fuel hauling too. But the guy walks up to me. I have my head down. I'm like on my passenger side doing paperwork or whatever the case. And he walks up on me, like acting like I'm slipping or whatever the case. And he just walks up from the back of the trailer and was like, "You ain't see me." I'm like, "Dude, I seen you way when you was across the street." But either way, at the end of the day, he was just trying to make it seem like, okay, I caught you slipping. So anyway, we end up getting into this conversation about pay and things like that. And I was like, yeah, it's not that good of a job, bro. It's not all that. And he was like, damn, I would have expected more, you know what I mean? Because you guys got CDLs and then you hauling fuel and all this other stuff. And don't get me wrong, we make great money for what it is, but I would say we make great money compared to dealing with, if you compare like fuel hauling to dry van, flatbed, some flatbed, and like reefer, things like that. Yeah, we make great money compared to those guys. But for the risk that you are taking, sometimes I don't feel it's worth it. Especially like if you're a company driver. I don't feel it's worth it. You telling me you're only going to pay me $25, $26 an hour to haul this 80,000 pound trailer full of flammable liquid. You out your mind. I'm not doing it. I mean, you do what you got to do to get to where you want to get. That's how I look at it. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to talking about money in hood areas, you can make yourself a target. Moral of the story. So I downplayed the job, and first thing he did was try to tell me, what you got to save your money, man. You got to do this and that. Just bad with money, then. So you mean to tell me you think I'm bad with money after you just met me, like what, 5 minutes ago? Don't even know my name. So I started speaking to him and asked him, "What is a CPA, sir? What is a CPA?" You know what he tell me? Yeah, I put it in the comments. What he asked me? What's that? What's a CPA? After that, there was nothing else to talk about. And it wasn't from me, like it was nothing else to talk about. After I told him what it was, I guess it clicked in his head. Oh, he know what he's talking about when it comes to money. So he got a little quiet and was like, "All right, man, you be safe, bro." Then he walked into the gas station. Then we had to get his coffee, whatever. Then he walked back to the apartments. But the advice he was trying to give me was save your money. And the money that you do get, you live in this type of environment in a hood and just act like you don't have it. So you mean to tell me I got to live down here? I'm making money up here, but I got to live down here because I live in this environment by choice. And one of the things he told me was, yeah, right now I got the money for a Maserati. I just don't want to buy it right now. Y'all think he was telling the truth? It's okay. You could tell me. You think he was telling the truth? I don't think he was telling the truth. Not that it matters. But at the same time, you think I'm about to make the money we making fuel hauling and move to the hood? Nah, man. I'm not putting my family through that. I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids. And that's why I brought up the child support thing too. I have 4 kids altogether. 2 of them don't live with me. 2 of them live with me. No child support though. So once again, if you need a $50 consultation, let me know. Call that phone number, leave a voicemail, leave your name, shameless plug. Leave your name, your phone number, and your email. And we will email you a link when you're ready for your consultation. However, anyway, moving right along. Moral of the story, guys, living in the hood, you have to expose yourself to new environments. The second you don't expose yourself to new environments, new people, you start to fail in life. You start to hold yourself back. Things start to happen. And the things that start to happen is you may have a good job. You may get robbed one day. I've been robbed before. It didn't end well for the guy. Didn't end well for him at all. But I'm stuck to deal with that in my mental, that's even happened just from being in that environment that I felt comfortable in. Did I allow it to stop me? No. This happened when I was like 19. So this was over a decade ago, for sure. However, let me tell you some things that can actually help you out, man. Or let me give you some things people will call you. Uncle Tom, bootlicker, house Negro. They will call you those names, man. The second you decide to move out the hood, they decide they want to take your black card from you. A black card that didn't exist anyway. Black cards don't exist, people. They don't exist. But what actually does exist are crabs in a bucket, crabs in a barrel, however you want to put it. And that's all that's in these type of environments. You have people that become jealous when they see you actually elevating. And the reason they want you to stay there is because they don't want to be reminded that they can't do what you are doing. If they see you elevating, moving to the suburbs, to these big giant houses, whatever the case, they don't want to see you do that because it's just a reminder that, oh, damn, I can't do it. One of my best friends, still in the hood today, living with his mom. We don't talk like that anymore. Reason being, first of all, guys, we don't talk like that anyway. We don't have to talk every day. But one of the reasons is every time he called me, he asked how I'm doing. Oh, I'm great. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. I'm doing good. We great. How you and the family doing? Man, this is happening. This and that. I don't know what to say about that. Then one day I tried to call and check on them. I'm one of those friends. I normally call the people that I grew up with, that I consider friends. I normally call them, check on the family, see how they doing. And then just one day, he didn't answer. No call back, no text, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Call me when you get a chance, bro. Simple. No call. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't mind cutting people off. You know what I mean? I came in this world by myself. Anyway, when you don't expose yourself to new environments, the reason I say it holds you back, because it may be things that you're actually interested in that you would never know. Because you're so worried about what other people are going to say about you if you step outside the box and do something different. Look at me. I've been stepping outside the box for years now. Even just driving a truck, people have things they want to say about that. Oh, this guy drives an 18-wheeler. Why is he doing what the less melanated people do? Why is he driving a truck? Because I'm trying to take care of myself. I don't want to stay with my mama. I don't want to stay with my dad. I actually want something out of life. I don't know, man. Y'all starting to scare me. Some of you people. Not only that, but when it comes to fishing, that's another thing. People look at me like, that's this side, that's they type of thing. The pink people. The less melanated. That's what they do. Just saying, man, you never know what you're interested in until you try it. And don't give a fuck what anybody have to say about it, bro. I got a whole kayak. Come on, y'all. Black people don't do that shit. Be real. They don't really do it. Except those who have their own mindset and don't care what nobody thinks. That's me. I can care less what anybody thinks. Because at the end of the day, y'all not going to hold me back from doing what I want. It's my life. Live yours. But some of my experiences with doing different things, I think what turned me on to fishing and camping and things like that, I had took a camping trip back when I was in high school. I think I was like at 10th, either 10th or 11th grade, something like that. But I had took a little camping trip with my grandma. and it was a couple of her coworkers and their kids and daughters were all about the same age. And I just had a blast out there, man, for real. Just being out there swimming in the lake. That's one thing. Well, black people, we gotta learn how to swim. Rest in peace to Michael. Is it Michael Jamal Warner? Rest in peace, man. I'm not saying he couldn't swim because I don't know. Well, let me say it clearly. I don't know if that man could swim because I don't know him. But you definitely playing. Me, I can swim really good. Like I was getting ready to try to be an Olympian with the swimming. But one thing I won't do is jump my black ass in the ocean trying to swim. It won't be me. Especially nowadays, you got sharks coming up the shore. Like, I don't even want to put a toe in there. For what? Now I got 9 toes. Like, what? Why would I put a toe in there? You don't know what's in that water, man. Anyway, my melanated folks, we gotta learn how to swim, man. We gotta step outside the box. We gotta think outside the box. For those people that feel some type of way about you wanting to move out the hood, you know, I'm sure we all got dreams of having this big fancy house, picket fence with the dog, the family. First of all, let's start by keeping our families together. That's the hard part. And I don't want to blame women because it's guys too, most definitely. So what I will say is it's definitely heavy influence from the social media, the movies, the TV shows. Like, you know, my wife loves to watch Housewives of Atlanta. Guess how many of them are actually wives, especially on this new season? You guessed it, none. I think it's like 1 or 2, and those are on the brink of divorce. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Anyway, for those that call you Uncle Tom, they're gonna call you Uncle Tom. You know, your so-called own people. That just shows you that those weren't your people to begin with. Stay focused, stay sharp, make your money, get out of there. I repeat, get out of there, bro. You have no need to be in there whatsoever. Give me a second. Tripping. Anyway, yeah, you have no reason to be in there whatsoever, man. And I get, you know, you have those guys as well who are somewhat scared to go outside the hood just because they just may not have the knowledge to know what's out there. Excuse me. Thank you guys for having patience. But that's all I can say, man. My experience in the hood, I don't really have many good things to say about it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, the cookouts are good, food is good, but the family structure quality, piss poor. It's too much trauma. There's too many mentally ill people that don't even know that they're mentally ill. There's too many kids being raised without one of the parents in the household. So that's one thing you can attempt to do is when you move out the hood and you decide you want to start your family. First of all, I didn't even, I forgot about this part of it. Guys, one thing I don't like is you're in a public place, right? Just say if you're in a public place and you got to have some type of decorum in there. You know what I mean? You got to know how to act. You got to know how to dress. You got to know how to speak. You got to speak clearly. You can't be in there. You know what I mean? Nigga this, nigga that. You can't be doing all that in there, man. So what I can say is, one thing I don't like is being in those type of environments where that type of behavior isn't tolerated whatsoever. That type of language is not accepted. But some people come in smelling like a dispensary and moldy clothes, because that's what a lot of you guys smell like when you do smoke, and you try to cover it up with some cheap ass cologne that you got from Ross somewhere. That's what you guys smell like. Cheap ass cologne, sour clothes, in a dispensary. I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say a dispensary for YouTube's sake. Now, do I have anything about people that decide to partake in those type of activities? No. I indulged in it myself when I was younger. Do I do it now? Absolutely not. My career wouldn't even allow that. So do not do drugs. That's number one. If you plan on going somewhere. Trucking opened my eyes, man, to a bunch of different things, especially being over the road. You know, you got to be over the road to start off. Man, I'm out getting dry. I'm talking too much. For real. Anyway, trucking has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of different things, man. Just being able to wake up, you know, that early morning drive where you playing your oldies, things like that, some chill music. The sun not quite up yet, so the sky's kind of like black purplish. You know what I mean? And then you go get you a couple of snacks, a little breakfast, whatever you want, whatever you need. Especially when it's cool outside. You know what I mean? You don't even have to turn on the AC whatsoever or the heat. Just roll your windows down, man. Let the natural air cool you off. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, let the natural air cool you off, man. And then, you know, that it's just something about that early morning drive, bro. You just can't beat it. You can't beat it at all. But also, all the sightseeing that comes with being a over the road driver. For those of us who have no sight, have no guidance, things like that, become a trucker, man. I would say go to the military, but yeah, or go to the military. They have great benefits. That's about it. Terrible pay, great benefits. A lot of work. That's all I'm gonna say. But considering that my ex-wife, she was in the military, I do know a little bit about that as far as the pay, as far as the living on post, things like that. That's a whole nother conversation, man. I don't even got to get into that right now. But anyway, yeah, man, just try being a truck driver, bro. There's plenty of benefits. For example, if you don't want to live with your parents anymore, or just say you just don't want to get your own place, right? If you go be a company driver OTR, you can very easily stack up a whole bunch of money, build your credit. If you want to get you a truck, then you can. If you want to find a better job, you can. You know what I mean? Just make sure you got the experience and everything. And from there, you can, you know, the door's open. You can do plenty of things from there. There's plenty of options. Learn a different trailer. It's another thing. I've done just about every trailer that you can think of. From driving to reefer, flatbed with the Moffitt, all of that. I haven't done car hauling yet, and now tanker. Funny thing is, me doing tanker, you would think somebody would want to stay in that. I don't want to do tanker, honestly, not anymore. I've been doing it too long. So the whole plan is to get my authority and do my authority with flatbed. I can sign drivers on, do what I got to do, whatever. Yeah, it's just that simple, man. Anyway, guys, I think this is coming up to the end of the video. I repeat, though, when you guys get the opportunity, move out the hood. That's the only way you will be able to continue to grow in your life. With that being said, I don't have any outro music, unfortunately. This video has been going on for too long already. If you guys did like the video, literally like it. You know what I mean? Like the video. That simple. Like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you stay notified. This is All Off Trucking. You guys have a blessed night. It's getting late. And y'all hold me back from playing Call of Duty. If y'all trying to get whooped in Call of Duty, let me know. I'm going to start Twitching on there as well. I already have a Twitch if you want to follow me on there. I should have put it on here. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still learning. Anyway, you guys have a blessed night. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Oh, and once again, those winners, email me. Play back the beginning of this video. I'm not going to repeat all that. Just play back the beginning of the video. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace.